The Last Mile of the Way. By Kennedy Brown. When the Weight Breaks. The Avriel Tedder Story. A Vanishing. A Body. A Betrayal that killed more than one man. Avriel Tedder thought she knew struggle. Being pregnant at 19. Watching her man Chann Welch trade his engineering dreams for a supervisor's badge at Larkin Park Trucking. Counting pennies while her belly swelled with their third child before she hit 23. Money stayed tight, pride stayed tighter. Chann wouldn't take a dime from family, wouldn't bend, wouldn't break, until he did. One morning he just ghosted. Left Avriel 7 months pregnant, 2 babies crying, and a supervisor position collecting dust. 3 weeks of silence before he dragged himself back home with hollow eyes and no explanations. Like a man drowning on dry land. They tried to glue it back together, but the cracks ran deep. Chann was running from more than responsibility. He was running from guilt. Then Chann pulled his disappearing act again. Only this time, it wasn't his choice. O'Brien Snotty, his co-worker at Larkin Park, caught wind of what was really weighing on his supervisor. Melendra Snotty, O'Brien's wife, and the affair that gave Chann a different kind of escape from the pressure crushing him at home. When O'Brien discovered the truth, he didn't call it out. He called Chann out at gunpoint, kidnapped him, and made sure he'd never come back. 2 years later, they found Chann in a shallow grave. The affair. The murder. The man Avriel thought she knew becoming a stranger in death. Now the hood's talking, O'Brien's facing charges, Melendra's secrets are spilling, and Avriel's unraveling. The stoic young mother who survived baby after baby, bill after bill, suddenly can't survive the fact that while she was holding everything down, Chann was tearing everything apart. She thought the weight of fatherhood broke him. She didn't know another woman was holding him together. In a story where love ain't enough and loyalty gets traded for a moment's peace, Avriel's about to learn that some men don't just leave. They destroy everything on their way out. Sometimes the hardest truth ain't that he cheated. It's that he died for it, and left her to live with it. Avriel. Closure, not even. I was not surprised at all when I saw the police car nosing down the driveway of my parents' home. This is where my 2 girls, Charity and Brina, and my baby boy Chann, Jr., or CJ as he is called, have been living since my home was foreclosed on. And since my husband Chann went missing nearly 3 years ago, seeming to have fallen off the face of the earth, for the second time in our marriage, but when he left the first time, he came back 2 weeks later, saying he was sorry and he would never leave again. He just needed space. And things were back to normal, until I became pregnant for the 3rd time. Once again Chann became a bit distant, but he seemed to be happy, especially when he and I found out we were having a baby boy. We even managed to go on a much-needed just the 2 of us week vacation while my sister, Seneca, took care of the kids. Of course, being pregnant I slept away most of the time, but I can honestly say things were working out for us. But then 2 days after we got back home, Chann went to work, and I didn't hear from him for 2 days, which turned into weeks. And this time I said to myself, I am not going to do this up and down game again. I was going to leave him, but after 2 months turned into 2 years, I knew something was different about this time. In comparison to the first time, when he left the first time, he had called and found out Brina was in the pediatric intensive care unit. He rushed back to me and the girls, but when he left this last time, I was still pregnant with our youngest, his son and namesake. When he missed the birth of our son, I knew something was wrong. But since Chann had left before, now I am standing in my parents' kitchen. All I hear before passing out is, Welch. We have found your husband's remains. He was been in a shallow grave since, well, 2.5 years. Pretty much since the day you reported him missing.